Actually, let's talk about that right now.
Oh man,
the UFC just announced Islam Makhachev versus Charles Oliveira
Phenomenal fight.
for the vacant title. Be for the belt. Well, it is for the belt, but
Dana said in his press conference, Charles is the champion. He's getting pay-per-view points.
Okay,
which
there we
respect.
Go. That's all right. That's pretty awesome.
That's good.
That better be true.
Big shout out to Dana for that because he doesn't have to do. He can legitimately just go, dude. Come on, man. You're not the champ, dude. I ain't gotta pay you shit.
That's cruel. That's
contractually, he does it.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
But the fact that he's gonna honor that is good because he's paying attention.
That is a great fight.
Dude,
he'd get destroyed if he didn't.
Would he?
In the media.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, would he? Look, I would hate it.
You'd get on the mic talking shit. Ariel would get on the mic talking shit.
But would I still buy? I'd still watch. Like, that's the issue. We all still watch. Like, what do you want from me? I'm a degenerate. Never.
With our dollars? No.
Never. Unfortunately.
But I'm saying he'd take a lot of shit.
Look.
But it's good that he's doing it.
I don't want to get Aljo in trouble, but like they just fucking raised the price of ESPN. Are you goddamn kidding me, bro? Like, I'm already paying for pay-per-views and they're making me pay even more. That's fucking outrageous. Sorry, Aljo. But like, come on, that's so crazy. And again, our fighters gonna get more percentage of that? If so, then we have a discussion. But I'm saying zero fucking chance that fighters are getting more of that money. Islam Makhachev versus Charles Oliveira.
I have no answer to this.
Look, these are just simply facts.
Yeah, but no, this is a great fight for multiple reasons because the hype surrounding Islam Makhachev and then obviously the training partner of Khabib, they feel like Islam Makhachev is going to fill that void and be the new king of the division, even though currently is Charles Oliveira.
The second coming of Khabib.
Yeah, who's been just dominating everybody. I mean, when I say dominating, I mean he's finishing all his guys. Like one of the most, if not the most exciting champion 100%. In the UFC right now. Come on. Bar none.
Oh, yeah. He definitely is.
Who has an argument against that?
Dude, every one of his fights are fights. Like, they're fights. Like, they get crazy. Like,
he's there to scrap.
He's there to scrap. The way he fights is not. He's in there, blood and guts. Come on,
and he has so many ways to do it. He knocked down Gaethje, then tapped him.
Yeah, no, that was awesome.
He knocked down Justin Gaethje.
But to be fair, he got knocked down by Gaethje, got knocked down by Poirier, got knocked down by Chandler,
and still finished him.
Bro, come on. And again, like, I was also one of the guys. I was like, yeah, man, like, because I remember Gaethje said it before their fight, and that's kind of what turned me to pick Gaethje again. Is he was like, man, he's got that quid in him. I'm like, look, he does. I've seen it. You're right. Like, and
the old Charles has that quid in him.
Yeah, and then he was look. Yeah, look, I kind of have to agree with that. I don't know what mental switch that guy made, he
turned over a new leaf.
That shit worked, man. Come on.
He went to the jungle.
The favelas.
It's sick.
It's fascinating because you see his fights with like who is it?
Like Cerrone,
Swanson, Frankie Edgar, Anthony Pettis, or did he beat Anthony?
No, Pettis got him. Lamas got him. But like those are Felder got him. But like these are all fights he was.
Lamas got him too.
Lamas got him too. Got him in like a guillotine, like a modified guillotine. But like these were all fights he was winning too. Like not even just winning. Like a couple of them he was kind of dominating. Like the Lamas fight was like maybe like a 10-8 round the first round.
Paul
Felder probably a 10-8 round the first round. But then like he just kind of got broken.
I think he just
Let's look at this. Okay.
Sorry, early on. He was undefeated. Jim Miller got him pretty early in his career.
Look at this. Got to the UFC.
Come on.
Savage.
14-0.
Third UFC fight, he fought Jim Miller. He lost by knee bar.
Which is fair. Cerrone in kind of a weird one. Then he tried to go down, fight Swanson. Edgar lost 2 in a row there.
Yep. Came back and beat 4 in a row.
Yeah.
And they were all finishes. Oh, except for Jeremy Stevens.
But still respectable wins.
Lost to Holloway with that neck injury.
Yeah,
that was
Holloway one. Again,
funky.
That was a
Wasn't
weird
he at
one.
Featherweight, though?
That was featherweight.
The fact that he lost to Ricardo Lamas, though, especially by guillotine choke, was actually
that was a crazy one. Again, he dominated Lamas that first round.
I think he slept on him and didn't think that he could get choked.
Something like that, man.
By a wrestler.
Yeah, like that. And, dude, he got that squeeze. Come on.
That was old school Lamas, man. That guy
was awesome.
Damn,
that was a great win for him. And, again, like Felder. The Felder one I thought was the most...
Huh?
All these are way before my time.
I'll tell you, the Felder one, like, it was not recent, but like the most recent. And
that was his last loss.
Yeah, but it just looked so like optically that just looked so bad for Oliveira. It's just like, damn, like how's that guy gonna ever get to what he is now, bro? Like this dude is he's the Terminator.
So,
I'm in.
It sounds like he always had the skills.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, he came in like 21.
He just developed the championship mindset. Somewhere along the line,
maybe something like that. Yeah,
because he's had those moments where he could easily quit.
Now, yeah,
like totally, not even quit. Like if you get knocked down,
no one would be mad at you if you turned it up. Like, damn.
That's like what most people I feel like do.
A
Yeah.
lot. Well, look.
It's very common, I should say.
Yeah, when you get hurt.
It almost
like-
looks like a natural
Well, I
part
was
of
gonna
the
say, I
fight
think
when
it
you
was
get
Chael
knocked
Sonnen
down.
who said that. Like, he was like, look, there is no TKO. That's a submission, all right? And which is fucking hilarious. But he's like, you kind of get what he's going. He's like, no, like, that's the one where you decide, all right, I'm going to cover up. And then when the ref tells you, oh, it's over, you're like, wait, what happened? No way. It's like, no, we know what happened. You decided, all right, give me, like, I'm out. Which is, again, bro, and that's it. I get it, 100%. But that is a lot of times what happened. So, yeah, like, he did do that. But understandably, the last couple, he could have done that too. And the guy just kept scrapping. I'm totally in on Charles Oliveira right now.
Dude, I think I'm going through a deep dive, recording, analyzing, breaking down his submissions. And I do know, like, there's a difference between, like, someone who wants to be in there and not quitting and giving up versus someone who just doesn't know the technique versus someone that you've actually submitted because you were just that much more superior on the ground. And I want to go through a marathon just watching all his fights from, like, the beginning. I did this with Max Holloway, watching the evolution of him to his title run. And it's one of the most fascinating things to see because you can see the growth.
Like, fight by fight.
Some would even argue, like, now, like, Max Holloway has kind of stopped growing as a fighter and has kind of been more stagnant and given a guy like Volkanovski an opportunity to learn more about him, who's staying the same and he's evolving his game. So that's kind of what I want to get from Oliveira because I think we have a very similar style in terms of the forward pressure. Like, I haven't done it in the last fight, but the one before that with Jan, even though, like, the game plan just completely just went out the window, whatever. But for the most part, I like to be the aggressive guy because I feel like in the early goings of the fight, that is my best opportunity to submit and put the pressure on people. Because if I can get a hold of somebody in the first round, good funkin' luck getting out of that.
Again,
I don't want to curse, so it might sound a little cheesy, but I would rather say that than.
No, I'm laughing because the fact that you thought of that in the moment.
Yeah.
It's impressive.
And even in the first round, you're able to get off. I mean, you guys there's a lot of tools to get damage off too. Like, between, like, in that first Jan fight, the flying knees, the kicks, the elbows, like.
These guys forgot, bro.
No, look, but
or they're new fans and they just don't know
but
yet.
that's the best way, right? Like, because they just don't know what they don't know. And then when you get there and you're just like, wow, like, I told you all. Again, like the last one, I told you all. Like, really?
Yeah, I think a lot of people were very, very shocked by that. But yeah, man, I think I'm looking forward to this one. Like, my brother Kelvin was arguing with us today, debating this, saying, like, he's pretty much gonna run through. Islam is gonna run through Charles Dubronx. And I go, based on what?
Yeah, I feel like also, Islam's the -250 favorite.
Yes.
Which is
over
crazy.
Charles Oliveira.
Which is insane to me.
That is crazy.
I think everyone thinks he's just gonna Khabib him, and Charles is and Charles is too weak to do anything about
It's
it.
it's possible. This is what I was trying to explain to Kelvin.
But
It's
even
possible.
that, based on what?
Look, that's the only issue. Look, it's possible.
Because you have to remember.
I gotta rewatch that Kevin
Look
Lee
at the
fight.
last three
Let's
guys. Look at the last three guys.
Stop, hold up, damn.
What's his name? Charles is beat.
None of them are top heavy wrestlers that can look to control and submit. But the last one,
But they're all elite.
They are all elite. No
in
doubt.
the second best
That I agree
division.
with. Look, I will say this is the counter argument too, though, and this is one I was just thinking of.
We got them right here. Who you guys want to see first, Charles or Oliveira?
Let's go Charles. Okay, so this is the argument against Charles. Look at all these top guys.
Let's
What's
start
he
at
on?
Felder. His last loss was Felder.
Okay, Felder.
Holy
You know,
fuck,
he's an
man.
insane win streak. Felder, Guida, Yagos, Miller.
Finish.
Oh my God.
Finish. Round one, round two,
Lyme
round
disease
one.
Miller, David Tamer, Nick Lentz, Jared Gordon. And this is where it started getting like, all right, this guy's going to be sort of undeniable. The Kevin Lee fight is the one I got to rewatch because I remember Kevin Lee was
Dude.
the favorite in that.
And Kevin, it honestly, and I like Kevin. I know him and Al, whatever. But outside of him talking shit to his like opponents, he's not a bad guy. He
I
really
believe
isn't.
that. No.
But watching that fight, I go, the way Oliveira handled him
That was crazy.
was mind blowing
Very
because Kevin
impressive.
is a strong dude.
No doubt.
Quinton would tell you, yo, this guy has all the tools in the world to become a UFC champion, but Al's words, he's just not that smart.
Oh, man. Nah.
And that kind of sucks because it's like
He's the only one getting in his own way.
he's getting in his own, pretty much. That's what Al says. Pretty much like he's legitimately getting in his own way.
Yeah.
But whatever, the way he handled him, took him down, and just the domination in that fight to a strong wrestler like that.
And even on the ground, like on the bottom, he was the one, in my opinion, attacking the whole time. Like,
Yeah.
Putting Kevin Lee in the uncomfortable positions.
Crazy.
Yeah, no, very impressive. Extremely impressive. That's why I think that is the one I'd have to rewatch to compare for the Islam fight. But again, dominated Tony Ferguson. Like Tony Ferguson's gotten beat up now in a couple fights, but those were mostly stand-up fights.
But
like,
when he did that,
Wait,
that was
before
still.
remember Kevin Lee was coming off that knockout over Gregor Gillespie.
yeah, he got that
in
big
the
comeback
first
fight.
round.
That's why I think a lot of people were picking him. And even then, he just started training with Faraz, and everyone was like, oh, you know, like
Changing his life.
yeah, exactly. So
it's gonna be
everyone
the
was
next
really on
GSP.
the. That's it. Everyone
GSP
was on the
was
Kevin
hyping
Lee
him up.
train. Yep. Even I was on the Kevin Lee train at that point. But again, Charles Oliveira just fucking looked phenomenal. Really, this was like right at the beginning of COVID. I remember, and
Yeah, no fans. It was in Brazil.
Yep. No, Charles Oliveira. Look at this win streak. I mean, Kevin Lee,
Yeah,
Tony
that's
Ferguson,
insane.
Michael Chandler, Dustin Poirier. Just look,
Murderer's Row.
murderers
bro.
row. But this is the counter argument, and again, this is
Okay, let's hear it. Let's hear it.
I would rather fight the lower end of the top 15 than the upper end at this point, just based on like these like the lower end of the top 15 at lightweight. Like you look at those guys are hungry young guys.
What do you mean you'd rather?
Like if you're in the lightweight division and you look at some of like Sarukian and
So you'd rather?
Gamrot.
You're saying you
Gamrot,
think
they
they're
ju-
tougher?
you could very much
beat?
argue that. I would say, okay, you put a guy like Gamrot versus a guy like against a guy like Poirier or against a guy like Gaethje, like those are all super competitive matchups in my opinion. Like I couldn't be like
Stylistically.
I couldn't be like Poirier's gonna dominate an Armin Sarukian or dominate whatever any of these top 15.
Poirier's 33, just so you know.
This is a good argument because my question is like, okay, at least Gaethje and Poirier, we like what they're gonna do every fight. I feel like,
and these
like,
other
they have-
guys.
and they're not like super all around fighters.
Oof, this
But
wine's
they never
kinda-
had to be.
This wine's kind of getting to me.
They
I don't
were
really
sending
drink.
people to the gulags just with their style.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then like a guy like Armin is very well
Can
rounded.
we look at the top 15 of lightweight? Like I don't even know.
Yeah, you can.
I'm just
Just go to UFC.com and then the rankings are there.
look at this guy struggling.
This is I'm kind of this alcohol's not good. This
Yeah.
is not good for you.
You can just pull it up on your phone, maybe. That's
my
probably
God.
way easier. I just think with that top 15, I understand that argument because you could say that about a lot of divisions that the guys who are breaking into the top 15 are more hungry, but at the same time they have to prove themselves over the veteran. Like even that fight with Ricky Simone.
This is
and
what
Jack
I'm
Shore.
saying. Yeah.
Yeah, like for Jack Shore to break into that upper echelon, he needed to beat a guy like Ricky Simone who's been around for a while. And we've seen that with guys like Uriah Faber turning back contenders who were undefeated
Yeah.
or
No, you're definitely
undefeated
right
UFC
on that.
run. And Faber just came off a title shot loss. And then comes down and just starches these young guys. And it's like, wow, Michael McDonald choked his ass out in like, what was it, one
you're
round?
very possible. Yeah, you look very, very possible. But I'm saying like
And that's the young, hungrier guy coming up and being dominated.
that's totally fair. I just
the
again,
fight game's crazy.
that's the part that I think is very difficult for people to understand. Like I think I do think any of these guys could beat any of them though. Like really
Yeah.
anyone in the top 15 at lightweight, they're all so
Connor's
good. Like,
top 15.
oh, okay. Let me see this.
And then some people look at these guys that they're
Just
fighting
making sure you know.
and they're starstruck when they step in there.
Ismagulov guy was fucking phenomenal. Sarukian, Gamrot, Dos Anjos.
Wait, I wanna hear
Furayev,
what you're about to
Dariush,
say.
Chandler. Okay.
Well, no, I'm saying like some people are starstruck by the opponents that they're fighting. Like if you're in the top 15,
Yeah,
and
that
you're
I
fighting
agree
a
with.
guy in the top 5. Like this is your moment, a big test, big jump up in competition. Whether or not you've been asking for it and the UFC wants to give it to you, or they quote unquote want to see you lose. Because there's so many different ways to that. People say, oh, the UFC gives you harder matchups if you're like asking for too much or they want to see you lose. And then you hear the UFC say, we can't make you lose. You accept the matchup and
that's fair.
you win or you lose, which is true.
Yeah, yeah,
At the same
that's
time,
fair.
they can know like this is a tough matchup.
A tough match, yeah,
and
that's
you're
it.
probably gonna lose. So both sides of the coin.
Well, I thought they
just-
were trying to build Makhachev. Dude,
I was say
that Georgia wine
Alexander
got me.
Alex Hernandez
Hernandez, I mean, obviously, but like
fed him to Cowboy.
Yep. But yeah, you're right.
Too much too soon.
But even Makhachev, they were trying to book him with RDA for like 20 fights because they knew RDA. Respectfully, the RDA has trouble with good grinding wrestlers that can just push you against the wall, like an Usman, a Colby.
But that was also at 170.
Oh, that's fair.
Both those losses.
But I think they were expecting, even Khabib too, but they were kind of expecting,
Khabib did kind of throw him around a
yeah.
little bit.
But they were expecting, what's his name, Islam, to be able to do the same thing, or
Or Big
not.
Brother. He didn't throw him around. He Big Brother. He did
He
throw
did.
him a little bit.
A couple times.
But I don't want to make it seem like he just got ragdolled the whole fight.
I think that might be his most impressive win, honestly. Khabib's.
Khabib, yeah, over
'cause the
RDA.
weight, that was impressive.
My thing is like none of these guys have faced a jiu-jitsu specialist like Charles.
Exactly. So you look at a guy like Makhachev. Let's pull him out.
Neither him nor Khabib have.
Oh, yeah. That's fair.
Makhachev, 30 years old, 5'10", reached 70.5 inches. His last win, Bobby Green, short notice, which was like 2 weeks notice.
Okay.
Finished the guy in round 1. Finished Dan Hooker in round 1. Short notice as well. Thiago Moises, that was the last one that was an actual like scheduled fight, I think. Or was that short notice as well?
I thought that was scheduled.
That was scheduled, yeah, because it would have said canceled. He was supposed to fight Dos Anjos twice, and it got canceled twice. Alex Hernandez got canceled.
Yeah, Dos Anjos.
He has gotten unlucky where like he's supposed to have faced really great guys, and then
Well,
all of them are really great. But
Dariush was the highest level competition.
that would have been the most
Dariush got
interesting
hurt.
fight.
Yeah.
like,
That would have answered so many questions.
And we out of there early. All right,
we're not
come on.
getting that.
Those are some good wins.
yeah, but like I
Wade.
feel like the people who are super confident that Islam's gonna just
There's no way you should
Dan
be that
Hooker,
confident.
Charles.
He had a
Like-
tough time with Wade. He had a tough time with
Yeah.
Wade.
Wade can wrestle. Like
Yeah,
Wade can.
exactly.
Come on, baby.
So
USA,
what happens
baby,
when you
USA.
take Charles down and he's an expert master level wizard on his back on the ground, period.
He got knocked out by Adriano Martinez, by the way.
Come on, man. Don't do that. Anyone can get caught.
No,
Like-
I mean, I got knocked out by Marlon Moraes, but I'm just
I-
saying, just pointing it out.
Yeah, look, it did happen. But I think that
But what do you mean?
I'm saying like, okay, you're like a master level grappler.
Okay.
And I feel like anybody who grabs you, you just instinctually know what to do without ever thinking about it. You have like mastery over that domain. So does Charles. So when Islam takes him down and he tries to do the things he does to other people, Charles is gonna know exactly what to do, I feel like.
But what if
Whole lot of boha.
What if Charles feels the same way with Islam? Like Islam's top pressure is known to be fucking. Look, this is what they claim. Obviously, is outstanding, which I do believe. Like, what happens if Charles is like, holy shit, I can't get anything off on this guy?
But-
Like, what happens? That's
It's
what
gonna
I'm
be a
saying.
boring fight then.
I
So
agree,
I
but
think it's
that's
gonna be a
tough fight. That might
it could be a
to me, that's-
stalemate on the ground.
It could be.
It
Yeah,
could
yeah,
be.
I believe that.
And then, so
Well, it wouldn't
let's
be a
say
stalemate,
Charles
it'd be the
knows
guy
how
on
to
top.
get up at least, right?
Okay.
Then what happens?
I don't. I think Charles has
Striking
more
wise.
ways of winning on the feet. He's more dangerous. He's
Way
definitely
more dangerous.
He's definitely way more willing to go for it. But Islam, look, in his fights, he's never shown to be a bad striker. He looks actually nowadays like very composed, very well, I think that's the best word, just composed. Like he's definitely watching and aware.
The best striker he fought though was Drew Dober.
That's true, and he
And
mostly got him
he
down.
grappled his ass
immediately.
right away.
No, you're right. He did strike with Moises, but it wasn't. It was just it was an ends to a mean or a mean to
I
an
mean,
ends, whatever.
I mean, Moises.
No, he's not at that. Oh, look, I agree.
No, Moises is good. Don't get me
Yeah,
wrong.
yeah, yeah.
But his specialty is grappling.
Yes,
And he's small for the weight.
Okay, that's fair. I didn't know that, but I think
Do you not see the difference in them when they were in the cage?
I just assumed Islam. I mean, I think Islam is a tank, but I'm assuming so is Oliveira. Like,
Yeah.
Oliveira
Moises
is a
lot-
giant guy
you
Yeah.
did see him
for
too.
that weight class.
Yeah, man,
Seen him a
that's
few
He's a thick
times.
boy.
That's fucking awesome.
He's tall and he's always in shape. Is
He
what
eats
I've
his
noticed.
Wheaties, man.
He looks like a rock.
I can't
like,
wait for
all
this
the
fight,
time.
man. This is a great fight. Come on. No, look, Oliveira has the resume. Look, if he wins this, it's a fucking huge win, man. Like that's one of those like you could argue right now that Oliveira all time is one of the best in lightweight.
What?
And I'm just thinking about Kelvin today. Just the nonsense he was.
He's saying
spewing.
Bobby Green.
He was, like, he was so impressed that he beat Bobby Green. I was like, bro,
But I
you
mean,
have no idea what it's like to turn around in 2 weeks after just making weight and then not training at all, other than just making weight again to go fight another guy, who's arguably one of the best guys, as fans are saying, on short notice, who's been training for this fight
for a 5-rounder.
and ready to go.
I will say I think the Bobby Green and Dan Hooker wins, like they should be not over.
Asterisk.
Asterisk. Huge asterisk.
That's a simple way
They
to put
both
it.
were, look, and again, respectfully, and I hope they...
Both those guys got paid.
That's it. That was a paycheck fight. If
And
I've
I
ever
don't know
seen
if they
one.
were
Like,
going in there like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be the guy to
I
take
think
this guy
the Dan
out.
Hooker
Like,
fight was probably the one in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah.
He
They
definitely
all-
made some Abu Dhabi money with that.
bro, he
Yo.
did. He said it.
Yeah, they're both were
He's like, I got fucking paid.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm talking about. Like that's already you complete
I almost feel like that was Bobby Green's moment that because he did so many good things
to get his money.
and he was a company man for a few fights and then he got
I respect that.
he got that opportunity.
If that's your payday, that's your payday, man. Like respect. Again, Bobby Green's been around forever. He deserves a good payday, you know?
He beat
Like
Nasrat before that.
yeah, I remember that.
Dan?
Good decision.
Yeah.
But then didn't he lose again, Nasrat?
Yeah, I'm saying he beat Al, and then he beat Nasrat,
Bobby Green.
and then he took that fight on short notice against Makhachev.
So I hope he got a good payday from that. But like that's what it looked like. Like I'm
He
getting a
beat
good
Al and
payday.
Lucic.
It's like the
Chandler.
whole Dominic Cruz thing versus Henry Cejudo. What I try to explain to people, if you're getting a title shot opportunity on short notice, no one gives a shit because you're making money.
That's it.
And it's one of those, dude, I could throw caution to the wind, and hopefully I can shock the world in a moment that I have no business winning this fight.
100% it.
But I'm gonna take it because it's a win-win situation.
Like, you're already not there for.
Unless you get the shit beat
You're
out
just
of you.
happy to be there. Like, really, that's already, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but like the other guy's not happy to be. He's there to win. Like, that's what's dangerous. And again, like the what's on the line is pretty.
Yeah, like
that's it.
who wanted it more, Islam or Bobby Green?
I mean, Islam.
Like, who do you think really thought about like that hard about it?
I mean, Islam had to think about that fight for 8 weeks, not against Bobby, but like he has a date set in mind for 8 weeks. Like, Bobby Green's like 2 weeks and you'll pay me how much? Like, all right, let's get it.
Facts.
Like, that's it. Like,
Facts.
if I'm and I get it. If I'm in Bobby Green's boat, like I would probably do the same. Like, you're paying me what? Like 2 weeks?
I got nothing to lose.
Yeah, let's get it. Like,
Of course you take that fight.
Of course, but
Just don't let your arm
that's
break.
the sign. Yeah. But that's the side effect, really. Like,
Yeah, so that's why when Kelvin was like, yo, he beat Bobby Green, I was like, yo, bro.
Bobby Green was hot.
he was at the time.
He had a
Because
couple
he was
good
on a
ones.
2-fight win streak.
Yeah.
For the Allen
And they were
Nasrat
good
fight.
wins.
Fazia.
And before that, he lost to Faziev.
And that was a controversial fight too, like close.
Faziev.
Whatever, man.
Faziev, potato.
They get you guys for that.
I
I'm
know.
just trying
Whatever.
to say
I mean, I don't know. I think this is going to be a good fight. I don't know what you guys think. If you think Islam is going to win this, let us know in the comments. If you think Oliveira is going to win this, let me know in the comments. Maybe put the black belt emoji.
Let's do early predictions.
Early predictions, man. I feel like this is... I feel Oliveira... And I like I said, I like Makhachev, but I'm a big jiu-jitsu guy. And when guys are just looking to wrestle and not do anything, even though Khabib has been known to maul people, he'll take them down and punish them slowly until they just eventually drown. I think Makhachev is trying to be like that. I'm not saying he can or can't do it. I think he's done a good job of it so far. He looks good on the ground. He's finishing the guys that they put in front of him.
Very good control.
But this is going to be his first real test in the biggest moment of his life.
Yep.
The brightest stage. This is a huge opportunity. Now, a 5-round fight, and all the answers, the cameras are going to be on him. He's going to do a ton of interviews. Can he handle that pressure
That's
and
a
beat a
lot.
guy who's a grizzled veteran who's been in
there.
the spotlight before multiple times?
Do you think
Been on
he's
the losing
nervous
end,
though?
and then came back.
I feel like Islam's not nervous at all. Like, he doesn't have that.
Based on what?
Yeah, that's the
I just
thing.
feel like
We have
those guys have that crazy mindset. But I could be. That's how it looks to me.
Look, I agree. I understand.
And
but
you
that's
hear
that's
that
a
like
tough
he
one.
looks like he's like.
Look, that's what.
Salivating at the
let's be
mouth
clear.
for
That's
this
what I'm
fight.
sold on. That's why
Yeah.
That's what I'm sold on. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's true. Like,
Yeah,
sometimes
exactly.
the myth is way bigger than the actual person. Like, at one point, like even when Silva was dancing on people, you're like, wait a minute, like these guys aren't doing anything though. Like Anderson Silva, sorry, like just
Yeah.
the myth becomes so big. Whatever.
So when they step in there with him,
You're already beaten. And
Yeah.
I don't know if Charles.
Valentina's another perfect example.
100%. Well, the last girl was just like, nah, bro, I'm gonna do my thing. Like, and I thought she looked
That
phenomenal.
was a good one. Yeah.
I thought she won. Whatever.
You gotta beat the champ.
Whatever.
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, Talia
cool.
Santos. It was
So
a really good fight.
it's Charles is a plus 200. Islam's
that's
a
a
minus
live dog.
250.
That's crazy.
Live dog.
What are you
Plus
betting
200.
today? Early prediction
Well, I never bet money, but if
But
I were to
in a fantasy
just
land.
bet on just picking, I'm comfortable putting up a sizable amount on Oliveira based on his ground game activity off of his back, on top. When he's on the feet, he's legit the Terminator. He's walking forward, raising his knees, throwing elbows, throwing these long punches that he has, and these head kicks, a whole lot of boha. Like, you have to respect. Like, he's literally dangerous everywhere. Makhachev is just shown to be poised, and he can hit hard, and he's smart and calculated where he times the takedown. But this is different. He has to be able to weather the storm of someone like Oliveira, who's going to be super active off of his back. He's not going to just be there to lay down and hang out. We saw that with Umar Nurmagomedov versus Nate Maness. And Maness did really good for someone that was such an underdog. He was supposed to get steamrolled in the first round. Did not happen. And that goes to show someone like Charles, who's actually seasoned, and everyone rates Umar Nurmagomedov as high as they do Khabib. He's going to be the next champion. He's going to follow in the footsteps of his cousin. But I'm just trying to
That shit's
explain to
hard to
people,
do.
it's not that easy. And when you got a guy who's that well-rounded from everything, from the feet to the ground, bro, this fight is going to be fireworks. Or Islam, if he's smart, he's going to try to stalemate the position on the ground or on the feet against the cage. But even then, he has to be careful of Oliveira jumping guard, because he will jump guard and grab that neck. He will look for a body lock, try to implement the takedown outside trips, and even off of his back, looking for elbows and throwing submissions up off of his back. And I can't wait to see that fight.
And Alger just sold me on this pay-per-view. I'm in. Like, come on, let's go.
What's your bet?
I mean,
You didn't say a number. You said a sizable amount.
A sizable amount.
That's different based on your tax bracket.
Shout out to
Fair
G
deal.
Fuel.
Oh yeah,
A
let's go,
sizable
baby.
amount.
I would
Okay.
say, I mean, look, if I was doing an outright bet, I'm like the casual fan, bro. I'm kind of sold on the whole Islam Makhachev backstory. So I would, as an outright bet, like if it was just 1v1, I
If you had to put $100 on
But
it,
if it was a plus 200, I'm like, plus 200 for Charles Oliveira. Like, Charles Oliveira should not be
it's
disrespected.
250.
He should not be disrespected as a plus 250. If we're doing those odds, yeah, then I put a fucking couple bucks on Charles Oliveira. Like, that is, dude, the guy is too good at this point to be anything other than like that close of like just 1-to-1, you know, like
Bro, I used
it
to
should be a pick 'em.
disrespect him.
I also used to
I
disrespect him.
thought he was going to lose to Gaethje. I thought he was going to lose to Dustin.
I
I
picked
was
against him in his
brutally
last,
wrong both times.
Yeah, I thought Chandler was gonna put him away. I thought Poirier, Gaethje, and I thought Kevin Lee was gonna beat him too at the time. So I've been wrong pretty often with this guy at this point.
I think that's how everyone.
That's
has
why I
been,
can't
though.
even pick him because I feel like if I pick him, he's bound to lose now.
Shit.
Yeah, we'll see. Before we